Alright, peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Um, First and foremost, I want to thank everybody that shows support to my channel. Um, everybody that likes and comments. Also, I have some merch available for those that are interested in purchasing some merch, some t-shirts or hoodies, whatever you desire. Um, and I'm back on track now, guys. I'm back on track. All right, so this video is going to be about the late, great artist, Selena Quintanilla Perez. Um, Now, first and foremost, I want to be respectful to the family and friends of Selena, okay? And give my respects to her. May she rest in peace, okay? And I had to do a lot of extensive research on Selena, just for the simple fact is that there is two stories behind her demise, okay? And I'm going to explain it, all right? I'm going to talk about this and get a few things out the way and discuss what I truly believe has happened to her. Now, I remember Selena having a song called Dreaming of You, which was a really great song in my opinion. All right, at the time I was really too young to know her career and things of that nature. But just by doing extensive research and things of that nature, I saw that she made a very huge impact in the Hispanic community and also in pop culture. All right, so it's very much needed to tell her story. All right, in my opinion. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna get into it, y'all. So Selena was born April 16th, 1971. All right, to parents Abraham Quintanilla and Marcela Quintanilla. All right. Now her father Abraham was also involved in the music business at an early age as well. In 1956, her father Abraham had actually gotten a opportunity to sing in a group which was called the Los Dinos, okay, in high school. All right, they were doing shows locally, and but they didn't really make it that far because of the way that they dressed at the time. Okay, so they were getting booed off stages. People were calling them names and things of that nature because they stood out. All right, and at that time it was a tough crowd. So you had to either make it or break it, as they would say. All right, so her father Abraham, he ran around doing, singing with the group Los Dinos, but like I said, it didn't go that far. So he fell back. He fell back from the music situation, and decided to open up a restaurant, okay, and focus on raising his family. All right. Now, when he raised his kids, okay, I truly believe that he had a very strong passion for music. All right, very, very strong passion for music. All right, because he took the Joe Jackson route. All right, I truly believe he took the Joe Jackson route because he was having his kids perform, at the restaurant to get them popular. To get them, a name. This was when Selena, her sisters, and things of that nature were singing at the restaurant. All right, but Selena was the one that stood out, okay, because her voice was more vibrant than the other siblings. Okay, so her father actually started the group, which was titled Selena y Los Dinos. Okay, so he took the concept of him having being a part of the Los Dinos, and added Selena as the forefront. Okay, the same concept as what Joe Jackson did with Michael Jackson. Okay, putting Selena at the forefront. Okay, making her the lead singer. All right. So as them going around and singing, They were actually involved in Tejano music. Now, Tejano music at this time was male dominated. Okay, it was like the Mexican guys with the sombreros, and they were singing, and that was male dominated at that time. Okay, so you didn't really have a lot of females that were in that group or genre of music. Okay, but Selena y los Dinos actually got popular in the late 1980s. Okay, around the late 1980s, I would say, is when Selena got a little older. Now, this is her background of her musical history here. Around this time, they were performing and doing open shows and performing at bars and restaurants, and Selena stood out. Okay. So in 1989, EMI Latin, decided to sign Selena as a solo artist. All right, she was the age 16 at this time. Okay, and they signed her, and she was able to release her first debut album. Okay, which was titled Selena. Okay, at the age of 16. All right, so she was destined for greatness. All right, she was destined for greatness, but we also have to understand that the father was behind a lot of the business ventures that was going on as well. All right. So as Selena is going on, performing throughout her career, she is gravitating quickly. Okay, quickly. She's performing at certain award shows. Being nominated for Grammys. At such a young age. All right, at such a very young age. Okay. So much so that her father, I believe, gave her the idea to open 2 beauty salons / boutiques in Texas. All right. During this time, she reportedly made $5 million in revenue. Okay. Now, this is just under the age of 21. All right. She actually, accumulated all of these things, at such a short period of time. All right. Now, I want to talk about the realities of things, because, like I said, I was very young, so I didn't really know too much about her music career. But I feel that her story should definitely be explained. Okay. Now, at a very certain point of her career, okay, Selena decided that she didn't want to do music anymore. Okay, now some people are saying this. This is what I said, y'all. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. All right. Now, when you get to a certain stat, she was nominated, for a Grammy. All right, but when you get to a certain point or plateau in the music business, you're gonna have to get down with certain things, okay? And I don't know. I'm not gonna say that she did these things while she was underage or whatever the case may be, but she had to participate in some type of ritual, okay? Some type of ritual. It doesn't matter what genre or group of music you in. When you climb to these top of the charts like this, you have to be involved in certain things. All right. Now I want to save what I have to say for a little bit later on in the video, but at a certain point in time, Selena wanted to quit music. Okay. But under certain circumstances of her contract, that wouldn't allow her to do so. Okay. So she had the option of changing management, all right, which her father was involved with. All right. Now, with this, taking place, okay, her father being cut out the deal, all right, because once you climb up this ladder, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, any of y'all that want to sign these contracts, once you climb up this ladder, the snakes are gonna come. All right, they're going to come. All right. Now, I want y'all to bear with me, because it's gonna get deep. It's definitely gonna get deep. Now, with her deciding to change management, okay, like I said, that would leave the father out of the whole situation now, okay? Now, I want to say something before I go into this. Now, I'm going to talk about Miss Yolanda Salvador, all right, who was claimed to be a enraged fan, okay, of Selena, okay. Now, I read some things about Miss Yolanda Salvador, all right. Now, I'm calling her Miss because some of you may or may not know or believe that she is the one that murdered Selena Quintanilla, all right. But there's something ironic about this situation, okay? And she is soon to be released from jail in a few, shortly, I believe, okay? Now, Miss Yolanda Salvador, all right, who was the president of Selena's fan club, okay? She wrote a letter to Selena, and Selena was nice enough to bring her along, all right? And, help her out and give her an opportunity. She saw that she was really a diehard fan of Selena and allowed her to, get close to her. All right. I don't know what it was, just maybe her spirit spoke to her or something of that nature. All right. But Selena took a liking to Yolanda. All right. And, gave her an opportunity to actually run both of her boutiques. Okay. And employed her. All right. Now, during this time, you have to understand, there's certain groups that I won't name, okay, that were heavily involved as well, okay, due to certain things of extortion and, I don't want to go into detail because that right there is pretty dangerous to talk about, but she gave her the opportunity to run the boutiques, okay. Now, two things I want to address here. Now, Selena was married to, at a younger age, I might add. She was married underage. Okay, she snuck and got married to her husband Chris Perez. All right. Now, in Chris Perez's book, all right, he wrote that Selena's sister Suzette was very jealous of Selena. All right. Her sister Suzette had a crush actually on Selena's husband at the time, okay, and wanted the lifestyle that Selena had, okay. But I'm gonna get into some things now. Let's get into the reality of what's really going on, okay. Now, like I said earlier in the video, when you get to a certain level, okay, you're gonna have to get down with certain things, all right. Now, in 1995, okay, when Selena was murdered, all right, there was a young man, a young teen, who aided her from the attack. She was on her way running out of the situation, and the young teen came to her aid and tried to help her. And she said to the young guy, "Help me! They're trying to kill me." All right. And, once Selena was murdered, that young teen was never to be found again. All right. Now, like I said, when you get down with this stuff, all right, when you get down with this stuff, you're in it. You're in it for, you're in it for good. Okay. Now, it is said that Yolanda was the fall person in this situation, okay? Because Selena had some devastating information on her at the time, okay, that was going to go public if she didn't agree to certain terms.
You understand the loss of her to her fans.
It's tremendous. And not only to them, but to me.
But they want to know why you killed her.
I won't discuss that.
Why not?
Because the truth is not out.
So tell it.
Not in the court of law.
You've had your day in court. Why didn't you tell it then?
I was not given an opportunity to defend myself. I was represented, which is different.
Yolanda, at that time, your life depended on it. If there is this information that, if it doesn't exonerate you, at least gives context as to why Selena Quintanilla is dead, why would you not have demanded that that be presented in court to spare your life?
If I knew then what I know now, you can rest assured that my trial wouldn't have gone the way it is, or that it was.
This is a letter that your family has said you received here in prison. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Lorenzo Salinas, who Yolanda says she and Selena met while doing business in Mexico in early '95. The Texas Department of Corrections confirms the letters were mailed from outside the prison. But during an exhaustive 7-month investigation, Behind the Music was unable to find Lorenzo Salinas or confirm his existence.
He tells me exactly what I've been saying all along.
Which is what?
That he feels his conscience is killing him because he knows the truth, and he knows that he feels that, or he thinks that I have things that will eventually say it all. And
Do you?
yes.
Yolanda claims that 2 weeks prior to the murder, she discovered videotapes damaging to Selena's career, and that she had a diary of Selena's that corroborated information on the tapes. In his purported letter, Lorenzo Salinas claims he was hired to beat up Yolanda to retrieve the tapes and diary as part of a plot to extort Selena. Yolanda claims she was attacked, but managed to get away.
You know where those tapes are now.
Exactly.
You know where that diary is now.
I know where they're at.
Yolanda contends they remain where she stashed them, in a safe deposit box in Monterrey, Mexico.
Why is that information significant to the death of Selena Quintanilla?
Because that is many of the things that were discussed that day. It was not about the embezzlement. It was not about no obsessed fan or being fired. It had nothing to do with that.
Okay, now remember what I mentioned about the father being cut out of the deal, okay? And, you know, her sister, all right, being jealous, all right? So, I'm not going to insinuate, okay, that the father was behind the murder of his daughter. But in speculation on the internet, they are saying that Selena was worth more dead, okay, than alive, all right? Now, with these type of situations running at hand, and Yolanda knowing where certain information is hidden, okay, it could be detrimental for her situation, okay? Now, she is soon to be released from jail, okay, and still has the true information of what's going on, all right? Now, this is my conclusion, okay, and I'm going to end it here. I truly believe that Selena was a target, okay? And her father, who now runs a record label, and all of her money, okay, that is, you know, accumulating revenue still to this day, is going to her father's record label, okay? Because we all know that this was his dream, okay? Selena's success was actually his dream, okay? And the same thing took place in Amy Winehouse's situation with her father, all right? When we see these type of things where the parents were failed artists and then they push that same energy on their kids, we have to be very careful when analyzing that, because that could mean that any slight bit of jealousy could cause a, you know, tragic situation such as Selena's, all right? So we have to just look at it in hindsight and see, see things for what it really is. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right, and I'm gonna keep bringing them for y'all. All right, peace.